Well, today is February 8th, 2012, which means it's my birthday. I am finally 19. It's kind of a weird number. It's kind of just weird. I'm painting my nails, by the way, that's why I'm looking down. So yeah, I'm 19. Kind of the awkward stage of teenagerhood. Oh my gosh, and my last year as a teenager. That's so crazy. That's crazy. Anyway. So yeah, life has been interesting past couple months. I don't even know where to start. Well, let's just start. Last night was really fun. The girls, because today's a fasting day actually, and I was like, dang it, I'm not gonna have a party because it's a fasting day and everybody's working and they have the sessions and oh, my birthday's gonna be a flop. And the girls went out, some of the girls, and went out and bought me a cake with my name on it and little Bluebell ice cream, like the little individual ones. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And sparkling cider, and they sang to me, and it was just super sweet, and I was really blessed by it. And so that was really good, and so that made me feel better about my birthday. And so today, I don't know if I told you, but today we were supposed to, me and Elijah and Raimi, because we have our little group, our little posse, which we call ourselves Half-Hearted Love, H2L. Well, we were supposed to go to Dallas today and see some YouTube stars perform. Mika Kitty, these are their YouTube names. Mika Kitty, Nana Lou, and then my favorites, Mitchell Davis and Kyle Seibert. And they were going to be there in Dallas, which is about 3 hours away. And I was like super excited because I was just like, oh my gosh, this is really going to happen, because I've followed the boys, Mitchell and Kyle, for years. Me and Brittany we liked them. They were funny and random. And so we were going to go, and we had just had a great weekend together, the three of us, and just hung out and were goofy, went to Tyler, took a bunch of silly pictures, and just had a lot of fun. And then we were like, okay, well, let's ask Christy if she's going to do anything for me for my birthday with the core. So Raimi, I guess, went to talk to her and came back that night, and I was still at the office working on some things. And he's like, hey guys, can we pray first together? And I mean, there's nothing wrong with praying. I love it, but it was just kind of random. So I was like, yeah, sure, what's going on? You know, and you could see something was wrong in his eyes. And so we prayed, and you know how you can kind of guess what somebody's going to tell you by the way they pray? Yeah, that was one of these times. So he goes, I've been praying a lot, and I feel like we should not go to Dallas together. We shouldn't go. And in fact, I am going to pull away from this friendship. I was like, what? Wait, you're gonna pull away from our friendship? What are you even talking about right now? Why would you pull away? I was so confused. Like, why all of a sudden you feel like you need to pull away? And he's like, sorry, somebody's walking by and I don't want to talk too loud because then they'll think I'm talking to them. But he said, hold on. It's coming up here. He said, yeah, I just don't want to, I don't know. Actually, he didn't really explain at all. And I was heartbroken. I felt like it was 2 years earlier when Glenn said, I don't want to be your friend anymore, except it's under different circumstances, because Remy was practically crying because he didn't want to do it. I don't know. I was totally blindsided with this. And Elijah was too. And so right away, Remy was like, do you guys have any questions? And I was just so awestruck. I was just like, no, I don't. And so they left, and I was in the office, because I was working on my mid-year defense, so I was just sitting in Ramey's office working on my power. And then they left, and I was the only one in the office. And I cried. I felt like I had just gotten broken up with or something. What the heck? I just didn't understand. I still don't fully understand. And he asked us not to question it, so I'm not going to. I'd appreciate an explanation, though, And then Elijah came back to the office after Remy had been gone a while, and he's like, stand up. So I stood up, and he gave me a big hug. I said, don't you plan on going anywhere? He's like, I'm not. It was crazy. It was a bad night. Because then I had to stay up until nearly 1 o'clock, finishing my mid-year, being all upset, not understanding things, and just a mess. Anyway, my mid-year went really well. It was really good. I had Mr. Massin, my new manager, Holly Bailey, the director of the women's groups, and some other lady, I don't know who she was. She probably works in ATF. I don't know, anybody in there. So they were there, and I had my little PowerPoint where I had listed, each PowerPoint had a topic, which was the core values, one core value of the Honor Academy. So it was faith, integrity, relationships, vision, and excellence. And so I had pictures of my life, of how each of those core values applied to me now. And then also I showed my paintings that I had painted during the 2 core days that we've had, and how those work in my life and have taught me things and blah blah blah. And yep, they really liked it. Mr. Messin was just like, I'm really excited that I'm your manager. He said that I was a born leader. I was shocked when he said that. He said that I sort of intimidate him by the way that I am just like, I don't know the word he used. It was like, not distinguished, but just like, I was confident, but not in a bad way. I don't know, but I was happy with what he said. I was really blessed by that. And then he went on to say that he's like, I don't know if you have ever felt this way, but honestly, I think that you are going to do something in the prophetic eventually. I was like, what? I was like, you think I'm going to do some prophetic stuff right now? And he's like, I didn't say that, I was thinking that. But he said, yeah, I just feel like you're going to do something prophetic. And the crazy thing is, before I left, Kevin Walter talked to me after one day that I led worship, and he said that you're going to be someone who's like Kim Walker and Carrie Job and all those women sing in the prophetic. They sing prophetically. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I just didn't see that for myself. But that just shows how much bigger God is than my own little brain. That I can't always see what's going to happen in my life next. And although I am trusting the Lord for it, and I really want what He wants for my life, it was just kind of crazy for me to understand. But I'm very excited for whatever God has for me. We have a fasting LT coming up next weekend, or next week. Let's see, next weekend. Like not this weekend, but the next weekend, and it's gonna be crazy because I'm gonna do some intense prayer and fasting for direction in my life, seeing if I want to stay another year or what. Because I just don't know. And I can't make this decision on my own. I don't want to make this decision on my own. I want it to be up to the Lord. So that's what that is. Anyway, that's a little update on how things are going. I'll try to make these a little bit more often so that I can keep updated in my little video blog here that I make for myself. So yeah, that's all I've got. Bye.